The intoxication of you. He was scanning her up and down with his eyes as he smiled, searching for her weakness, and found out it was love and submission, which made him pay extra attention. She looked stunning, normal, sexy, and controlled on the outside, but on the inside, she was damaged, broken, and afraid, and deliciously sweet. As he looked her from up inside of her beautiful brown eyes as she spoke softly, he felt like her soul was his to control. Since the moment they laid eyes on each other from across the room, it seemed like no one else was in the room, which made them assume that he can be and have the intoxication of her innocence as well as her body. She loved the way his body flirted with her mind. His eyes and his lips moved like no other. This man was everything she wanted, and it haunted her deeply inside. He asked as she looked and stared and scanned him up and down. How do I taste to you deep up in your secret place? Do you care to share the secret thoughts that you have way up there? As she looked at him and smiled innocently and licked his soul from her sweet red lips and tongue, she knew somehow that she belonged. As she stepped closer and whispered in his ear and replied, "You taste like home to me. So here is my key because I want to submit to thee." He smiled and pulled her in even closer within his arms and said, "Let me make up for the years of the tears that you cried because you didn't have me as your Superman by your side."
What a beautiful way to start the show.
Thank you.
This is the reason why I love what I do. I get to
Absolutely.
meet incredible, talented people, individuals whose purpose is to empower, inspire, and strengthen others, not just others, but strengthen their relationships.
Absolutely.
I realize right now that creativity comes in many forms. And
Absolutely.
what you heard right now is another creative way to express your emotions.
Yes.
So, welcome to Intentional Excellence Podcast, where we explore stories and strategies to inspire us to meet our highest potential.
Absolutely.
I'm your host, Candice Ruggiero. I'm a keynote speaker, podcaster, aspiring author, entrepreneur, and educator. Tonight, I'm gonna say I'm really excited. We have an amazing woman with an amazing story, an amazing talent. But before I introduce her to you, let me first, share with you what she's been, more about her. Okay. So our guest for tonight is Roslyn Marie, Queen Roslyn Marie. Queen Roslyn Marie, how do you want me to call you tonight?
Roslyn is fine. Yeah.
Roslyn. All right.
Yes.
So Roslyn is the creator of Royalty Elevations. She's a solo entrepreneur. She's a life coach, author, and devoted writer. She's a mother to three incredible grown children and a proud grandmother of six.
Yes.
Ross Roslyn's journey has been one of profound transformation. After enduring a painful 26-year marriage and experiencing the trials of divorce, she embarked on a powerful quest to rediscover and rebuild herself. Through resilience and self empowerment,
Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
she has emerged as the queen she always envisioned. A survivor of both an abusive relationship and cancer, Roslyn channels her life experiences into her work, offering guidance and wisdom to those navigating their own healing journeys. Her talents extend to writing exotic poems for true lovers, showcasing her creative and unique approach to the art of expression. Her dedication to uplifting and inspiring others is evident in everything that she creates. Welcome to my podcast, Roslyn.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very grateful.
Roslyn,
Yes.
is there any other thing that you would like to share about yourself to my viewers, to our viewers? Do you want to add anything?
Um, I think you touched on pretty much everything.
Mhm.
What started me into writing that I originally, I believe, been blessed with for a very long time. I started writing back when I was younger.
Mhm.
Growing up, I was writing here and there, and then I wrote a play and a song back in
Okay.
school. So I think God blessed me with that. But at that time, growing up wasn't very, fun for me as a child. So that was a form of releasing my
Mhm.
inner feelings because I wasn't able to speak all the time or tell the truth on how I felt. So I want to put it on paper to say, yes, I may not physically have said my true feelings to that person or whatever, but I feel better
Yes.
inside because I let it go.
It's express you were able to express yourself.
Exactly, in my words, in my writing, and that's how the creation came about. I've always been said that I was always different or extra, and I'll take that because I am. So
I
moving
am
forward,
too. Makes
yes,
both of us.
yes. So I've always felt like a queen. I've never said princess. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm a princess." When I was little, I was like, "No, I'm the queen."
I'm the queen.
All the time. So
I agree. We're
I
queen.
built that and I built a great sense of humor. And along the way, I just learned how to hide my feelings because I was kind of quiet, but
Hmm.
I have a lot of cousins and big family that really didn't, show that much love for me. So I had to create it on my own for me. And
Yes.
sometimes I didn't, because I had to take care of my little sister, my little
Right.
brother, my mother. She was sickly growing up as well. So just becoming Roslyn on my own without any support, it just made me more dedicated, more determined
Right.
to succeed in life. I didn't want to be the typical person and be like, oh, she got married young but
Right.
divorced. No, we stuck it out even though it was horrible. But I survived, and I'm the person that I am today. So a little part of that,
Right.
appreciate the marriage and dedication at that time, but it just made me stronger in being able to process everything that I had to go through mentally, verbally, emotionally, financially, and
Right.
later physically. So it just made me stronger and able to say, hey, I want to write about love. Just because my love failed, that don't mean
Yes.
everybody else's love has failed. So I'm a lovey-dovey person, and I just wanted to share the love with everybody else and bring everybody else closer together. Squash the beef because life is too short. Love is
Yes.
more important. It is.
I can
Let you
I can
know.
I can see myself in you.
Ah,
I love the way you discovered your passion for writing because
yes.
I wanted to share with you that um first of all, I just wanted to say that I honor you. What you had to overcome in your life is truly inspiring, and I will continue for your continued healing and
Yes.
to be well. Especially, you had to overcome that, cancer. I just wanted to say that I'll
Yes.
continue to pray for full healing and full recovery and full everything for you.
Yes.
And I also wanted to, I think God puts you in the same, makes you meet the same people because of like what you and I can bring and share to others.
Yes.
Like you, I had to overcome a major life challenge last year.
Okay.
I also lost my husband, and I had to I just like it just resonated what you were saying. I had to find a way to express myself, and that was my way to heal.
Yes.
And I found it, it was just last year. I found it through speaking and through writing.
Absolutely.
And it's not just ordinary speaking, it's not just ordinary writing, Roslyn. It's like inspiring people
Yes.
through my words and through my actions.
Exactly.
And every time I open my mouth, every time that words come out of my mouth and every time I start writing, my purpose is simply I hope somebody feels how I feel. I hope if somebody is going through something in their lives that they can tap into my energy, tap into my experiences and say, "Hey, look at her right now. If she went through something like that, then I can do it myself." So
Absolutely.
you and I are wonderful examples to other people that no matter how much challenges we encounter in our lives, we can do it.
Exactly.
And it's actually those experiences that made us who we are, strong individual women. And we were able to cultivate whatever talents and skills we have and share it with others.
Absolutely. With my life coaching, I also, I take my time. I think
Mm-hmm.
what's more important when you're speaking and when you're talking to someone, especially during a life coaching session, the
Right.
main key for me is to listen.
Yes.
Listen thoroughly before you speak. Make sure that they're done speaking and expressing themselves so you can say, hey, it's okay. And then give them a resolution. Give them a test to say, hey, I know you said this, this, and this. Let's start working on part A.
Right.
Let's heal because you've recognized what the problem is. Now I've listened to what your problem is in a professional manner with these
Right.
ears.
Right.
Now, let's work together to get that resolution knocked out of the park because healing, love, and definitely loving yourself is very important because I didn't know how to love myself. Us as strong women, we're mothers, we're wives, and we always take care of others first. Always, regardless
Yes.
where I'm last to eat. I make sure
Yes.
everybody got their plate. I may be slow, but I also make sure that everybody is taken care of. And one day, somebody said, "Do you love yourself?"
Aww.
And I was like, "I like myself," but I never had that question
Right. Right.
before because I had been looking for real love for a long time. I lost my
Yes.
father. He wasn't around when I was younger. And it was just very difficult for me. And I always, I was kind of clingy. I'm a cancer survivor.
All right.
So
I need a high
be
five. I'm a
very
cancer
clingy.
too. I need
Yes.
a high five.
Yes. So it makes me clingy. It makes me want to be loved. So yes,
Yes.
if I feel a strong connection and I understand you and I feel like I can trust you just a little bit, I'm going all in. I have your
Right.
back. I want you to heal. I want you to say I love you. I want you to act silly. It's
Right.
okay to laugh. It's okay to joke. It's okay to cry because everybody knows me. I'm going to cry if I'm happy. I'm going to cry if I'm sad. If I'm quiet, I'm crying and I'm planning my next
Yes.
project, my next plan to execute whatever the issue is. I'm planning for it because failure is not an option for me. I've always had a backup plan, and when I don't, I'm freaking out. So
Yes.
I just have to have a backup plan.
Well, Roslyn, you are a true example of what my podcast is all about.
Yes,
My podcast is called Intentional Excellence, and basically it's we're being intentional and purposeful with our actions and decisions in
absolutely.
order for us to have growth, whether professional and personal.
Oh,
And exactly what you shared with me in your professional experience as a coach, you are intentional. You first the first thing that you said is I listen. And to be honest, there are times wherein all people want is simply somebody to listen to them.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Like not putting your words quickly or not
Right.
judging, just simply listen.
Listen. Just listen.
Sometimes they just need a place to vent.
And trust that person that they're venting to, that they're not going to use it against them later, because that does happen, and be like,
Right,
oh, I told you this and this, and I told you that in confidence, I told you that in a weak moment. And
right.
if they have to throw it back in your face, they're really not really supporting you,
Yes.
and it's fake, and I can't do fake. um if you're on my team, I can't. I need to trust you. I don't need to worry. Oh, if I tell her this, or
Right.
you're going to use it
Trust.
against me later. You definitely have to listen. And
And
that's what you said. A lot of people just want you to listen because they may cannot speak when they're at home. Like I was in my marriage, I didn't
right.
really never had an opportunity to speak until I got really, really mad. And that's not the time to really speak when you're
And Roslyn, think about it. My idea of a great coach is someone who has gone through challenges,
out.
defeats, and trials in their life because they're able to give suggestions or recommendations or just empathy based on actual feelings.
Exactly.
Like, yes, some people, some coaches have degrees, they have a doctorate, they have a master's,
Right.
but what about actually living it? What about
Exactly.
actually experiencing it?
Mm-hmm.
So I deeply believe that you as a coach, as I'm also a coach,
Yeah.
I feel that we can empower, move, inspire more people because it's coming from our experiences and from our heart.
Absolutely.
And I know an authentic person when I see one.
Yes.
I'd rather talk to someone who you have genuine they have genuine concerns for you,
Yes.
not judgmental, not just like
Definitely.
I'm being timed, I have to come up with things to provide. No, give me actual results.
Absolutely.
Then I know I can do it because let's say I'm a normal citizen, I'm a normal regular guy. If you can give me regular solution that I can practice on day-to-day basis, then I came here and you gave me what I needed.
You did. Exactly.
So I love how you approach your professional
Thank
professional job as a coach, just merely authenticity and being yourself and
Absolutely.
really like connecting with people. That's big. Connecting with people.
Thank you. I
Now, I cannot leave your craft. I have to go back and ask you questions about your craft because
sure.
I have a lot of comments. I have a lot of things to
Okay.
share.
Come on
All
with it.
right, so
I'm
my
ready.
first, I believe, okay, that relationships are foundational,
Absolutely.
especially during these days, these times, the society nowadays. There's just so many distractions.
Oh yes.
Whether you're in a relationship or in a marriage, like just the day to day issues that we have,
Yes.
the work,
Work.
anxiety, like our tasks as mothers, our tasks as friends, our tasks as colleague. When we get home, instead of spending quality time with our partner,
Mm-hmm.
it's just you use it to like just I just want to
Team.
sleep. I just want to like I'm tired.
Right.
And sometimes you take it on them whatever
Sure.
whatever stress you have. But I don't know if all the viewers know that prior to this podcast, Miss Roslyn trusted me to read an excerpt from her poem, Intoxication of You. I hope you all go back. It's in one of my posts. It's shared all over social media. When I read a paragraph of that Intoxication of You, I was mindful. I felt I was in the moment.
All right.
I was yes, I was
Mission
actually.
accomplished.
Oh yeah, you did. And thank you because I wouldn't have imagined myself doing that. I was imagining myself next to my partner. Right now I'm single. I don't have anyone, all
Right.
right? But
But so
imagine if
unusual that someone new coming into your
yes.
life after a divorce, she's not feeling, confident enough, but someone across the room, a total stranger, admired her and was like, "Oh my God,
Yes.
that woman is stunning. She's beautiful."
I
And
love
she's
that. I love that.
alone. And this is my opportunity, even though she wants to be submissive because she is a woman of power. She's
Mhm.
always in control. But in the bedroom, she's always had that desire to be submissive.
Right,
She
right.
couldn't or wasn't allowed to. So,
Well, I like that because
yeah,
individually, by listening to your poem,
yes,
you can grow in all aspects because, like, just realizing that some you can walk in a room and somebody can find you stunning.
yes,
It gives you that confidence.
yes,
You know what I mean? What then? What if you read this together with a partner at night? Just
exactly.
look at just look at the advantages it can provide you.
Oh,
Like
yes.
like I feel like in any relationship, you both have to commit.
Hard. Yes.
Commitment entails not just physical commitment, but commitment to like finding that special moment. Like I truly believe that you have to add spice to a relationship, right?
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
what's the best way of adding spice than
A bedtime story for
a
adults.
bedtime story because it's
Yes.
both you're focusing on your relationship. You're not just on social media. You're not on
Right. Or
TikTok.
you're sitting there next to each other with your phone,
No. Because
yelling.
I know that your product, I'm sure it's on like the phone, like it's all
Yes.
internet as well. But instead, it's purposeful. Instead of like on the phone looking at Facebook or looking at social media, you
Yes.
are actually both of you are reading something that will enhance your relationship.
Yes.
I never realized the value of like sharing a bedtime story until I met you. And I feel that if any couple or like you said, individual who wants to find worth in themselves and
Mm-hmm.
find worth in their relationship
Mm-hmm.
and really add value to it, then you know what? Pick it up. Pick one of the poems and read it. And just put because the way you read it, it's just so passionate and so like meaningful. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it kind of makes you like when I was reading it, I kind of felt like, stunning. Like you know what I mean? You kind of feel good about it.
Yes. Yes. It builds up your confidence. It definitely
Yes.
builds up your um, sexuality as well because a lot of people kind of run from that. So I wanted to slowly ease into it. And definitely, if you like the first part of the
Hmm.
introduction of the intoxication of you, you're definitely need to get
Ooh.
a copy and start reading the book. The book
Okay.
is introducing her, which is kind of a little bit of me and my experiences. So I just added a little twist and extra imagination. And I think the book is stunning. I would advise everyone to go out and get it. And you're going to love it. It slowly eases you into the comfort of each other's arms
Okay.
to make you remember, hey, this is the reason why I liked you. This is the
Yes.
reason why I
We're
love your
together in the
heart.
first
And
place.
we
Yeah.
got together. I gave you my number. We went out on a date. This this intimacy part without even
Mhm.
sex yet, just the thought of having it, a candle playing, the music, everything is just perfect and you're reading together. And that's something that people do not do or take advantage of. That is part of something that I tell my couples when I'm speaking with them. Have you guys did anything romantic, not
Yes.
including leaving the house? Tell me what you have done to squash an argument. I tell my couples, do not let the devil win. Do not
Hmm.
go to bed angry after an argument. Someone has to throw up the red flag and say, okay, I surrender. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Right.
Even if you feel like you're right or wrong, it's about the connection, the resolution, and the peace
And
that you're going to have.
the communication as well.
You definitely have to have that. And once you say that or look into each other's eyes and be like, you know what? I may have said it, the wrong way. I was mad at
Right.
that time. I'm
Right.
calm now. I'm relaxed. And baby, I'm sorry. Please forgive
Right.
me. And everything else, it just goes away and the romance starts all over again because a sorry can get you everything at the
Yes.
end of the night.
And not only that, think about this. Like if you're wanting to look for your forever person
Yes.
and life challenges get in the way,
Yes.
what's the best way of keeping that relationship like
Spark.
the spark, setting the mood every day. Like I think
Yes.
like you do have to send like like preparing dinner for your
Yes.
wife,
Together. Do
or
it
like
together.
bringing home flowers. And you know what?
Yes.
Reading a bedtime story could be another way to set the mood.
Absolutely.
And it's not just it's just like I said, when I read your book, I felt my senses like triggered. Like I felt all my senses being like I said, they were like not straight, like they were heightened.
Exactly.
With every word that I said, I felt all the emotions.
Right.
So I feel that especially for those couple who are going through a tough time in the
Challenges.
relationship,
Yes.
what more? What's the best time to use these types of mood what you said
Stories.
mood, but do it now.
Yes.
The more you need it, you know what I mean? Because like
Definitely. The economy
some
is down. You're always sad or stressing. You have to de-stress.
right.
Your stress, all that. And what better way to do it is in an intimate setting with your
Yes.
partner, coming up with a solution to all your issues for that
Yes.
day only. Don't
And
focus
worry
on
about
anything
that day.
else.
Worry
Just
about that
that
moment.
moment.
That
Exactly.
moment. I believe in mindfulness.
Yes.
Just being in the moment at that at that
Yes.
specific time. Don't worry about anything, but
Nothing.
be present. Be present for your partner.
Listen. Listen. Listen to him. Listen to
Yes.
her. And come up together. Even if you decide, hey, no, I still disagree. Agree to disagree
Right. Yes.
and make a solution still. We're going to try it this way, then we're going to try it that way, and then whichever way is better, that's the person that wins, I like to play games, in my relationship. I like, okay, well, we're going to make a bet. Whoever wins, have to be the submissive
That's
one
fun.
for a week. If you lose the bet, you got to do the dishes and cook and do laundry, or you have to, you're gonna get a spanking. Make it fun. Make it fun because you're gonna be more
Yes.
into the
Excited. Excited.
mission is to communicate and resolve an issue, but later, really, in the back of your mind, you're trying to win that sexual prize because you don't want your partner to win. Do you
Yeah.
want to be the one that has to submit? 90% of the men always are the aggressor. So if a woman actually wins, like I do, the men doesn't always want to submit. Men they don't like to submit. So just having that game played and
Mm-hmm.
knowing that he's gonna be arrogant and cocky and everything because he's the man. He's the
Right.
dominant.
Right.
He's the king. So no way you're gonna win. And if she
Well,
wins, it's always a joke. Oh, I'll let you win. No, no, no.
Well, what I like about that book, I only read an excerpt, but it made me feel good about myself.
Good.
Like it complimented me. It's stunning. Well, I hope if I read more of your book or your poem, I
Yes.
wish that it's vice versa. That it gives an avenue, or it gives a place for men to also feel good about themselves,
Yes.
like women, their partners complimenting themselves, because
Yes.
like it or not, we all want to be complimented.
All
We
the
all want to
time.
feel good about ourselves, especially in our relationship. And I'm
Exactly.
sure in your book it's vice versa. Men and women will feel good about themselves.
Yes, they will.
Right? Yes, they will. No, I can't wait to read it.
Yes.
The entire
Yes. I'm
book.
telling you, especially chapter 3, 4, and 5.
Chapter
Oh,
3, 4, 5. Okay, where's
yes.
my
Yes.
phone?
You're going to be like, oh my God. I want everybody to be excited. I want
Yes.
everybody to close their eyes and imagine that person being them. The characters are definitely innocent. I would say
Okay.
the man is innocent, but he's dominant. He knows how to take control. And that's something that turned her on. You know,
Okay.
she was excited. She wasn't expecting it or looking for
Mhm.
it. She was just standing there innocently. And that's how he realized, as a powerful man as well, she was just looking for someone to love her. And that's
Aww.
all. And at the end of the day, I just want love. And I just want to
Yes.
say, hey, I want love. I want you to know and look at me like he did across the room. He came over and be like, oh, she's
You
looking
know
for
what,
love.
Roslyn? Sometimes I feel that, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel that there's a lot of people in a relationship right now, maybe years, but then
Yes,
it's their actual love. I
yes,
hope, like,
yes,
I mean, I still hear a lot of people saying that they're in a loveless relationship. And that's
yes.
really sad if you
It's
are.
very sad. Very
So
sad.
if you can find
Sweet.
that help, that support to strengthen and to put love in your relationship,
That's
then you have it. You have the person, you have love, you have the relationship. Then life is better,
much better.
right?
Silly. You have to have challenges. Fun
Yes, and don't take
challenges.
things so
They will.
seriously.
Yes, you can't be so serious every.
No.
You know,
Have
when you're
some
at work,
fun.
like everything is serious. You have to
Yes.
do that to provide and take care of the home and make a decent paycheck. But at the same time, once you get home or in the car, it starts there. De-stress, let go of
Right.
that. And when you get home and be like, baby, I missed you today. I You
Yes.
called to check on me at lunch and I was having a horrible day until you called.
Right,
And
right.
so I have a surprise for you. You just never know. You just never
Yes.
know what you can do to cheer that person up. And that special person just calling out of the blue,
Right.
if you're having a moment, your boss is on you for some reason, or your neighbor next to you, like, oh Lord, relax and think about that conversation. Think about his voice. And listening
Yes.
is the key to me. Once
Right,
you
right.
listen to your partner and you be like, that's my safe haven. You want to feel
Aww.
safe. You want to feel
I
comfortable. You want
like
to
that.
feel all the little girly things that should make you say, oh, you called
Oh,
me
and
at the right
you want to be a child again.
time.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
you're a grown up. You do
You
grown up
still want
things. You're
your
at work,
hero to be there for you. And
right?
that's what hero
And
is, your partner.
here's my thought also. There are, let's be honest, there are relationships, there are couples who are in, they don't know how to start.
Right.
How is it to be intimate? Like, what is intimacy? What is passion? Your book
Romance.
can give them ideas, because
Yes.
sometimes
Yes,
people, it's
definitely.
just not in their personality, it's just not in their vocabulary, so they need support on how to be intimate with their
Oh,
partners. And I think
this
your
book
book,
will definitely help them with that.
or maybe like tonight we'll read chapter 1, and
Oh,
then
yes. Chapter
tomorrow
one
we'll
will
read chapter
introduce
2.
you to the characters and how they actually met and him coming and admiring her from across the room because she's stunning, she's beautiful, and
Hmm.
he loses his voice. he was doing a whole speech, you know, and as he's doing a speech,
Wait, because he was admiring her.
yes,
Okay.
he was just in the
Okay.
crowd at a gala with a lot of other entrepreneurs, strong women and men investing. And she meets this person. She's admiring him as well as he's speaking because she's listening to his voice. It's very controlling, it's very innocent, it's strong, it's powerful, and that turned her on.
Okay.
She was already admiring him because he was the speaker. So with him speaking in confidence and he's the boss and everything, she just knew that the connection was
Power.
there. And when he
Yes.
actually looked as he was speaking in the crowd, he just gasped and was like, oh my God. He couldn't say nothing. He
Right.
thought he
Right.
was on the microphone. A whole crowd of business people here just because one woman.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Well, one woman can change. One woman can change. We can change the world.
Oh,
We can
yes.
change a man's
Because
life.
women run the world. We definitely run the world
Yes, women power.
all day.
All right. Now, I know you're an entrepreneur. You're a coach.
Absolutely.
You're a writer. You're an author. You're an entrepreneur. Now, entrepreneurship is not it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Definitely.
Same thing as like for me, it's a journey. It's not a destination. And along the way, you meet challenges. Like right now, I'm doing so many things.
Yes.
So I need to have a system in place
Mhm.
so that I could avoid challenges. Although challenges are inevitable, they come. And what I do is I just meet every challenge head on. Okay? It is what it is. It's a problem, it's a challenge, and
Yeah.
go accept it, fix it. Don't cry about it.
Yeah.
I do believe that there's no problem or challenges that we can't
Fix.
face.
Exactly.
I feel like we do have innately things, skills, experiences to overcome whatever challenges we have.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, what about you? Like, how do you uh, stay motivated and maintain excellence in your work, knowing that you're handling a lot? You're handling a lot. How do you stay focused, or how do you feel motivated to continue what you're doing?
Every day, because of my past, how I was brought up, failure is not an option for me.
Yes, same,
That's why I
same.
said I'm a solopreneur because it's just me. I'm divorced now. My kids are grown and gone. So for me to move forward and take care of me, failure is not an option. I get up
Yes, I
every
agree.
morning, I
Same
pray,
here.
I brush my teeth, wash my face, and I'm going to conquer what the task is for the day. You definitely
Yes,
have to write down your to-do list or honey-do list. Check off each task the day before or the night before. Be like, okay, I didn't do this or that, or I have a new client, and you just move forward with that. Scratch off every little thing. As the day progresses, you're gonna be like, hey, I finished A do F today without.
we are so alike,
And
Roslyn.
and once you do that, you're just gonna pat yourself on the back, listen to your
Yes,
music the rest of the evening, because the rest of the day is gonna go by very calm,
yes,
smooth, collective. If there is a problem, like you said, there may be interruptions or situations that stop you from taking care of your to-do list. You handle them with stride.
right,
You you
right,
you, you think about the problem and a very quick solution, especially if it's dealing with a client. I've received phone calls in the middle of the night saying, "Hey, Miss Roslyn, I feel like crap. My heart is broken. He did this or he did that." I have to be on point. I can't sit here and judge.
right.
First of all, I'm
Yes,
answering the phone, ready to listen. That is the main thing, especially if someone's calling. They don't want to be sent to the emergency hotline or,
yes, yes.
even though they may be on the edge, because I've been on the edge before, you have to talk them off the edge like you're standing right there next to them.
Right.
And you start to say, hey, I listen. I understand what you're going through. It's okay to cry,
Right.
but you got to get
Accept.
your ass up and you got to keep it moving.
Right.
Failure is not an option.
No.
Ending your life because of some
Never.
tragedy, it's not an option. You cry and you pray and you move forward and you look for the future.
You're making me cry. Oh my
Not to
god.
end nothing, because we all have been there. Like, it's been so much consistently damage, trauma, do this, do that, that you're like, oh, maybe it's better in heaven. So you need someone to talk you off that bridge, off the mountain. You can't jump because you're not a quitter. I tell everyone, don't quit. You can cry, you can deal with it, and you come up with a solution and a backup plan.
Yes.
Because the first idea may not always work. 75% of the time it may, but you definitely have to have a backup plan
Yes.
to say, hey, it's okay. That one didn't work. I got something else for you. And it's already set and ready to go. So when you speak to someone that's in a situation of trauma, a rape situation, alcoholic abuse, drug abuse, whatever the situation is, spousal abuse,
Mm-hmm.
children being disrespectful, ungrateful, because these children of the world today, they're so spoiled and disrespectful. My grandmother would not ever allow us to do half of the things that these children are
Yeah.
doing these days. So, I mean, there's kids in the news, being disrespectful to their parents, even, killing their
Yes.
parents. So you just never know. But if you see a problem, jump ahead of it and say,
Right.
it's okay. I hear you,
Yes.
but I need for you to get it together. It's
Right.
okay. Let all your emotions and feelings out. And then when you go wash your face, you take a deep breath and you say, I'm going to be okay.
Yes. Yes.
Because failure is not an option
It's not an option.
at all.
You and
Ever.
you and I have gone through a lot.
Yes.
In different varying levels, and just like you, it's not an option. I wake up every day. I need to, like,
I know.
I'm a single provider now. Well, even before I became a widow, I've always been a hard worker.
Yeah.
Okay, especially now that I'm a single provider. Like, I do what I do because I have to.
Yeah.
It's not an option. But
Yes.
the nice thing, Roslyn, is I like what I'm doing.
You love what you do.
I love what I'm doing.
Love
So
others and putting a smile on their face. And that's what connected me to you as well. I want to say I'm sorry to hear of your loss. My
Same.
husband is not dead, but when you're going through a divorce, it's like
Yes,
you
it's the
don't
same. It's the same. You have like a
yes,
space,
you have
a space in your heart. Yeah.
partner and there's no return. So I'm a widow too in a different way.
Yes,
I'm a widow like
and
number two.
and
But
whatever challenges, it changes your life.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So
It makes
there's a
you even
big
stronger.
change in our life. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna move to another topic that's
Yes.
big when I
Yes.
talk
Because we're
about
both sitting
intention.
here crying.
I know. I mean, I don't know. Like, you and I, both cancer. And when you I don't know who messaged first, but for some reason, the people that guest in my podcast,
Yes.
for some reason, were put together for a reason.
Absolutely.
And this is not just the first. They become my friends.
Yes.
I like, this is not the first for us. If you were in Florida, if you were here, I would call you. You wanna go? You know what I mean? It's not because when we're coaches, it's, you just don't see a person once. You want that relationship
Absolutely.
because that's how they're gonna feel that, yay, she really cares for me,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Now let's talk about, I know we started resilience, okay? And how, yeah, you talked about resilience. You did share what you went through in life. Now, um, let's talk about, how do you show your growth moving forward? Like right now, what's your end goal? Okay, like what do you still want to achieve something, or are you at the point wherein um I've reached my potential and I like share what else moving forward, what else you want to achieve, what else you want to do,
Okay.
because you're resilient. You can't stop. A resilient person will never stop.
Exactly. Um, my plans is to continue to write. I have kind of hit that talent that God has given me. You know, God blesses everyone with a particular talent. It just, as you grow up, you have to figure out what that talent is. And sometimes it's thrown in your face and you're like, nah, that's not for me. But later on, you find out that it is. And that was me. I've been writing since I was little, and that was my release. That was fun for me. It didn't feel like a homework assignment of, geography or whatever, science, math. I didn't back down from writing
Right,
because it
right.
was fun and it made me be me. I didn't have to be judged,
I love that.
questioned,
I love that.
you know, ridiculed. Oh, you said this. No, this is in my own little booklet, and I'm cussing you out in my own way so I won't have to do it later. And I feel good. And now I have prayed, I have cried, and now moving forward. Hi, how you doing? No, because I let it go in my writing.
Yes.
So moving forward, my goals are to write a part two, which is already in the works.
Okay.
Part two to intensification of you, as well as another three awesome books. But also, I want to start doing a live podcast myself on letting the couples know that, hey, probably on the weekends, my goal
Mhm.
is to do it at least Friday or Saturday night, after date night, or maybe they're just chilling around the house late in the evening or nighttime when the day has passed, all the tasks and chores
Yes.
have been completed, and running to do this or running to do that, grocery store, Wally World. Let's just relax, take a nice hot bath, and listen to Roslyn's bedtime stories.
Oh, I would love that.
Entire book, but it's going to
Yes.
be a bunch of little short stories to pull you in, to get you excited, to get you wet, to get you hard, and it will just do all the relaxing, the woosah that you need to bring you together, and then go to church and pray for your sin on Sunday.
And you know what? People don't realize how important relationships are.
You gotta have
Yeah,
fun.
we laugh
That's
about it, but there's like, look at the rate of, I'm sorry, separation and
separation
divorces.
and
If
divorce.
people
Exactly.
can work on the relationships by
Yes.
listening to your podcast, uh, like listening to the book, watching it together, reading it together,
Yes.
just like a little goes a long way.
Absolutely.
You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Like, you both have to sacrifice. It can't be just whatever's in front of you. You both have to go out of your way and make your relationship special.
That's
That's and
you definitely should not ever go to bed mad.
and now that
Has to
I'm
wash it before midnight. Just like Cinderella lost her shoe because she had to be home by 12 o'clock. Someone needs to say, okay, fine. I'm sorry.
right. Yes.
Wash it before
Let
midnight.
your ego go. Let your
Let it
pride
go.
go.
Exactly.
You're partners. There's no there shouldn't be any competition here.
Exactly. Because all
You
that
know?
is letting the devil control what happens in your household. And the devil is always out to seek and destroy
Right.
every moment. In a good moment, he's coming in, and you don't know what way he's coming
In
to
what
attack
form? In what form?
and
Yes.
in your relationship. So if you and your partner set rules, good or bad, you have to abide by it no matter how
Yes.
mad you are, upset. You have to let it go before midnight.
And Roslyn, you and I both got over a relationship, like mine because my husband passed
Passed
away, and
away.
you because
I'm
of
sorry
divorce.
for
And
the loss.
same, thank you. I feel that you and I are given a second chance.
Yes.
Nothing is over. Nothing is over. If you truly want love, you're gonna find. I truly believe there's always a reason for some for God puts you in a situation where in
Reason.
you have to have an open heart, you have to have an open
Right.
mind, and accept what it's still a possibility. Love is still a possibility. Doesn't
Absolutely.
mean
And that's
it
what,
doesn't mean it's done for us.
yes, for sure.
and and I think that this is an eye opener for me, because it makes me want to, like, really, the next time that I fall in love again, or the next time I'm in a relationship,
Right.
I really want to follow whatever, like, whatever you just shared,
Yeah.
and really put my whole heart into it, and never let profession or competition
Yes.
affect it. You know what I mean? You are given a second chance in life to experience a love. Like,
Yes.
you don't want to get old and be alone. So you need to
Exactly.
yeah, you need to find a way to, like, cultivate that relationship and make it work, right?
Exactly. And with you being married before, me being married before, we have experienced that we know what we want and we know what
Yes.
we don't want.
Right.
So you set those rules in the first beginning. How
Right.
do you deal with anger? Your anger. How do you deal with being around grandchildren? Because we're older. How do you deal with paying bills? Because one person may be stronger in the finance department and the
Yes.
other person may not. That may be their spender. I've always been very controlling with the money because I balance.
We all are, because
Right.
we're the
We
women.
just balance the money much better. We know what's needed for the household and to run that household properly like a queen should. She should not know what to do in running her castle. That doesn't, sit the king down. I
Right.
applaud you, king, because you're contributing. But at the same time, I'm running this castle. And I need for you to understand that. And I respect you because that's when I be submissive in everything else.
Right.
And you don't have to ask.
Right.
The time that you call, I'm stressed out. That call, I'm going to remember that the rest of the afternoon. And when I see you, I'm just going to attack you. I'm going to love on you because I appreciated you calling at that moment that I needed you to.
Yes.
When I
Yes.
when I felt like I was going to break down and be like, "Oh my God."
You're there. You're there.
You get that
Yeah.
call. You
Right.
see your phone and that face just relaxes you before you even say hello.
Yeah.
You're already relaxed.
Right.
And he says it in the strong, controlling voice. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Yeah. Oh,
How's your day
melts your heart.
progressing?
Yeah.
My day is progressing horribly. This and that happened. And he'll relax you.
Right.
And
You
you're
want
like,
that.
okay, I got 2 hours
Just
left.
like
And he
home.
made it comfortable, safe,
And
home.
yes, safe space, you're home to me. And I feel like, I going back on what you said, like, you both, the relationship, the couples need to know that you both have strength, and
Absolutely.
those strengths shouldn't be put you down. It shouldn't be. It's like, use whatever strength to better the relationship. If I'm
Exactly.
good at, like, the finance,
Right.
or if I have a talent, like right now I have a career,
Mhm. Right.
it shouldn't
You should
make
support.
up. You support each other.
Exactly. And it should
Support each other.
difference. Because,
Right.
some men take fear of a woman of power. It's a challenge for them. I know most of my marriage, I was the breadwinner. I always made more. So it was just weird having a conversation one day, and
Right.
he was like, "Well, I don't know how I would feel if I knew you made more money," and I was like, "Well."
But at the same time,
He never made it comfortable for me to say, "Well, babe, I do make more money." This is why A, B, C, and D has happened, vacations and whatever. I'm the planner, I'm the romancer here, and I'm running this council because I am. But not one time, because I am an entrepreneur and I'm making more money, I'm not trying to put you down because you're always going to be my king. Always.
Yes.
And he should feel empowered, not jealous or mad, like she making more. No, because guess
Well,
what? The money is still coming into the house.
yeah.
It's going.
But at the same time, women should not forget their nurturing side. Making him feel good. Like no matter how much achievement you've success you have, it doesn't mean also like it's not a competition. You
It's
still have
we're,
women are nurturing
we're part
your role as a woman. Like you still have to be there for your
exactly
partner.
and submit. A lot of ladies are.
Yes, I agree with that.
That's not. Well, you're submitting some type of way.
Loyalty.
You definitely have to have loyalty.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
If you're not loyal to the relationship and the conversation and say, hey, we're going to talk about this when we first meet. You have all these questions, how many kids you have, how many, baby daddies, and you're going to ask these questions. How do you deal with cooking? You may cook better than I do. Okay, well, if you do, I'm going to let you have that.
Let me say that shared responsibility.
Exactly.
Share, yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you can't do that, you don't belong together. You're
Okay.
wasting each other's time. And
Like I would want not just the responsibility, like I would want my man to cook for me from time to time.
yes, mine do it every
You
day.
want to be like taken care of, right?
Every day, and it's
And I'm not a great cook. and most men are better cooks than women. So
you know
okay,
to
I
cook on
give
the
that to
grill.
you.
That's the man thing. I tried the grill when my ex
I
husband
burn
left.
even grilling.
Oh
I
yeah, I
burn like
burned the whole backyard because I didn't know it was gas versus the charcoal, and I'm just spraying the charcoal juice and what's going on? Like the meat's not cooking. I had to put the meat on there, and I lit that thing with my little, and it like whoosh, blew up the whole back porch. And I'm just like, wow.
Well, that's a good way to like, hey, honey, I need you. You know what I mean? Just
It's,
make them feel that you need them.
you have to know as a woman, we may
Right.
be in control, but we need to
We
know
need
how to
them.
step down and say,
Yes.
"Hey,
Yes.
that's not for me. That's a you thing, and I applaud you, and I'm gonna if you do it really good, So you just
Right.
give an incentive in a fun way, because being so serious, you're gonna always be
No, you gotta have fun.
jokes and go to the
Yes.
movie, and you gotta keep that connection going. Other than that, it's
Yes.
boring, boring,
Keep the
boring.
spark. Keep the
Flame
spark on.
going
Yeah.
because other than that, the eyes are gonna be wondering, and then that's when you're gonna start thinking of affairs because you're not getting
Yes.
the attention that
Right.
you want from your partner,
Right.
or he's forgotten about you. No communication. The sex is at a zero. Everything is just downhill. When you come home, either I ate at work, or I got something
Yes.
on the way home. There's no connection.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you have something to keep you connected, talk about your day briefly and then move past it, because guess what? You're home safe when you
Yes.
be
You're home
your
now.
partner.
Yeah.
Relax, cook together. If he's cooking, then what he said, be the sous chef.
Yes.
Take out the seasoning and do your little part, to make yourself feel like, hey, I did something, even though
Yes.
you
it's
have to
it's a
enjoy
it's
it
a
together.
I believe in like give and take. It's like a give and take
Absolutely.
relationship. Like
Relationships are hard.
it
If you
takes
have a
two to
great sense
tango.
of humor and love for one another, you're always going to have a solution, and it's always
Right.
going to be positive.
It takes two to tango, and
Yes,
you
for
need
sure.
to have that connection, that intimacy, passion for one another shouldn't
Absolutely.
stop. And yeah, looking forward to
Definitely be
new
bye
relationships.
bye. Yes.
All All right, Roslyn, if there is, I always ask this from my guests, if there is one thing you want the viewers to remember you by, or you want them like a quote or a concept to share, what would that be?
Definitely always stay loyal to yourself
Yes.
and know that failure is not an option. Do not quit, and definitely have a backup plan. And have a sense of humor because life is too short. And make sure you fall in love.
Oh.
Love Love conquers all to me. I want to be in
Yes.
love. I want to snuggle. I want to play the little footsies.
Oh.
Even if my feet is cold, I want you to still massage them. If I'm getting on your nerves, so what? I'm gonna cuddle you. I'm gonna cuddle you anyway. I don't care. You're my body pillow. So just
Yes.
stay strong. Always have a positive attitude, and never go to bed angry. Squash it before midnight, like Cinderella.
Yes. And this has been a really not informative, special edition for me. I've never thought I'd be in a podcast talking about relationship, and I feel that this has been a great opportunity to reach out to both
Yes. You
women
should
and men to just simply commit,
commit.
connect, and never lose that passion, never lose that love for each other,
Exactly.
and add spark to your relationship.
Let that person
Contact
know.
Roslyn.
I like your lips. I love to kiss you.
Yeah.
I love this when you do. I love your voice. You may not feel like you have that morning deep voice. As
Yes.
soon as I roll over and say, "Hey, good morning," and you say, "Good morning, babe," that
Yes.
voice alone is just all I need to start my day.
Soothing, calming.
Yes.
And like when I read that excerpt, there was one line there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a perfect man. I need see, it resonated. I want a
Dedicated man.
loyal man, and I want a best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Did
Absolutely. You
all
want
right.
somebody to
So
be your partner in crime, your lover, your husband, your silly high school dance partner, everything to the
and
very
coming
end.
from, I just wanted to like end this coming from a woman to men. We just simply want to be loved. We just want your attention. We just want to be um you know praised, appreciated. We're women. We just want to feel
Right.
pretty and good about ourselves. We
Yes,
don't
we
want
want
a
you to
lot.
tell us that we're pretty because the more compliments we get, oh,
Yes.
darling, you're
The more
going to
compliment we
enjoy
give you
it
back.
later. Trust and believe.
Right. I think I would do a second podcast for this one. This has been so exciting.
That's what I wanted to hear. And now I have definitely
All
something
right,
else for the
Roslyn.
readers.
Beautiful. I love this.
Thank
How
you.
will the viewers find you?
They can go to royaltyelevations.store. Click on the link, go and find the book, and definitely await part 2.
Woo!
It's
All
hot,
right.
it's steamy, it's sexy, it's romantic, it's innocent, it's fun, it's submissive,
Okay.
and it's definitely a love game that everyone should be pulled into and be like, "Come here, I missed you. I want to copy that person in this book. I want to do what this couple did in this book because that turned me on, and you are my victim."
Yes, wonderful. And anyone watching this podcast, if
Yes,
you have a friend, a sister, a brother who might benefit from enhancing the relationship,
definitely.
please share this
Please
podcast
share.
because I myself have I have learned a lot from this one, and I'm not ashamed about it. I think that we need to really take care of our relationship and make it work. Life is good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Love is good. You know what I mean?
Love,
Share love.
love. Yes.
All right. So I hate to say goodbye,
No
but I have
problem. We will definitely continue to be in touch.
Yes.
I would definitely get you a copy. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
the opportunity. So I would definitely send you over a free copy just for the opportunity.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
it, and definitely, I can't wait to hear your aftermath results once you complete, and just let me know the truth, how you really
Yes.
feel,
Yes. You're my love coach. You're gonna be my love coach.
girl.
And to be honest, you don't need a love coach when the relationship is
Already,
struggling.
yes,
You need
yes.
the love coach to enhance, to make it
Keep
better. You know what I
going.
mean?
Yes,
It's
yes,
not when it's just going down, right?
yes.
I think that's a healthy part, a way to have a healthy relationship.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you just need mentors. All right. Anyway, it's time to say goodbye to all my viewers. Thank you for always being
Always.
with me.
Wealthy
And
elevations.
yes, again, royalty elevations, intentional excellence. Stay excellent, stay purposeful, stay intentional with everything that you do in order to achieve growth.
Growth.
Again, thank you everyone. This is Candice Ruggiero. Website CandiceRuggiero.com. I'm all over social media. Just look for Candice Ruggiero Speaks, and I'm always going to be here for you, inspiring you every minute of the day. Thank you, Roslyn.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure to have you. Everyone, have a good night. Bye bye.
Bye.